Hey, so this is my take on why confession seems difficult. So, if God's already forgiven our sins through Christ, why do we still need to confess? God already knows our sins. It's not like we have to inform Him with our confession, but it's more so for us to look inward and reflect on different areas of our lives that we want to work on and become the best version of ourselves. So, confessing to God is great if you're a Christian and, kind of recognizing what He may see in you and how you can, confess that and move forward to strengthen and have a closer relationship with Him. But confessing to someone else that you trust helps to take it off, take that pressure off your chest. And if you're looking for accountability, confessing to someone trusted is great because they're able to walk alongside you during that process of you adjusting and changing whatever you're wanting to work on. As far as reasons why public or small group confession is difficult or why people avoid it, there's a lot, but the few I can think of is what I've seen in other videos and even just myself and just people I've known who are Christians. There's a big sense of shame and embarrassment and guilt when advertising your shortcomings. I personally don't feel that public or small group confession should be a thing, especially if it's been such an issue and so many Christians have felt shamed and embarrassed by doing that. Why is it still a practice? I think in comparison to how Catholics handle confession, where it's, this is something that's intimate and it's supposed to be between you and God. And if you want to bring another person in there, like the priest who can guide you along through that, that's great. But as far as confessing a sin or an area in your life you want to work on in a group, in the confines of like AA or with sexual addicts, that's different since you're all dealing with the same thing and you can kind of lean on each other and see where they're at in their healing journey to, kind of get some accountability for that. But I know when I was attending ORU, doing the devos or devotions in your dorm group, I'm not going to tell somebody who lives 3 doors down from me, who's not going to be walking alongside my healing journey, of my shortcomings or my sins. I felt a lot of pressure to share something, even though it may not convict me personally or my moral code. I still felt a lot of pressure to feel shamed about myself into confessing something. And that's something I've seen a lot, not just with myself. So that having that added pressure is another reason why people tend to avoid small group confession. If it helps you kind of get that pressure off your chest and people can approach you and is like, hey, I'm dealing with the same thing, and you're able to, I guess, build each other up and lean on each other through your healing progress under God, that's great. But I don't think it needs to be a set practice too, because that could, again, just perpetuate a lot of shame. But speaking with somebody that you trust is very effective too, and you do that in a safe space and you get that just one-on-one accountability time. So while confession doesn't hold a regular part of my walk with God, if I feel that there's certain areas I need to work on in my life or certain behaviors that I want to correct or just is kind of blocking me from being the best version of myself, the people I feel comfortable to speak to, such as two of my best friends, my brother, his wife, because they know my entire story, and my therapist. This way I have like precise guided help with people that I trust that know me, rather than to multiple people that may not always be around. So the way I'd incorporate this discipline into my life, for me, that form is through therapy, and that's been really helpful. but I do have trusted people that I can speak to about that. I'm just not comfortable with small group confession. But again, I think the one-on-one confession time is important and, if not more, effective. So that's my take on this.